Protect life-saving trauma care. Save more lives. Save our trauma centers. Paid for by the 60 Plus Association.
All right, thank you. 5 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. The temperature in Ocala right now is, let me give a quick refresh on this. I'm depending on the internet for the temperature outside. 34 degrees here in Ocala, and there you go. And it's rising. We're at the end of this cold streak, I guess you would say. Short-lived, I guess, compared to what other parts of the country are going through. Right now, Galen Unold is on the phone. We are going to chat with him of the importance of donating blood, of course, and I got a fun little topic for Galen. It's the nicknames that weren't chosen for some of the professional sports teams, so it should be fun. Good morning, Galen. How you doing?
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you?
I'm at home today. I got a couple of meetings here in town.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, I'm in Ocala.
So, how is the blood bank situation, the blood supply?
I'll tell you, the cold weather just is really hurting our collection. So, especially in Alabama and in our northern areas in Huntsville and in Atlanta. So, we're way down, and we're currently just in critical need of all blood types. So, please give. And we're coming off the holidays, and blood usage really spikes this week, because it's the first time back, and so there's a lot of patients that put off their care so they can get through the holidays, whether that's cancer patients undergoing radiation and chemotherapy, or, a lot of elective surgeries are pushed back to the first of the year. And so there's a huge spike in usage during this week, and so we need everybody we can to give blood.
Oh man, well we're one month away from being eligible. So if it's as cold that day as it is today, I'm going to the office. I'm not going to the bus. The bus is freezing.
Well, no, we have heaters, and our bus is warm.
Oh really? Not usually.
Yeah, it is.
When I'm there,
it is usually cold. Yeah, but it's nice and toasty right now. You should be fine.
I was there on the 4th of July. I was in a bus.
Yes, you were. At God and Country Day.
And it was so cold in there, and it was hot outside.
And the reason we do that in the summer, especially during something like God and Country Day, is we want you to be as cool as possible. And because, one, it helps the donation. It helps you get through the donation. But secondly, it's hot. Why not enjoy a nice, cool air conditioning?
Well, yeah, it was good when he first walked in.
We actually use it as a recruitment tool. So.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Come get on the nice cold bus.
Well, one of the stories that was in the news yesterday, and I'm not trying to pick on any shelter, but because I think this was kind of a Florida story, not an Ocala story. But some shelters were turning away homeless people with pets because they didn't want to leave their pets at a pet shelter. They said, no, my pet's either with me. So some of those people, and I felt so like, oh man, that's bad. They wouldn't go inside because they loved their dog so much.
Right.
And they didn't want their dog to be in another shelter, which, oh man, I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Those shelters probably has liability issues and things like that with the pets. So humans come before animals. That's God. That's what God said. So and we have to remember that.
And right before you came on, there was a public service announcement that ran saying the trauma center here in town might be in jeopardy.
No, I don't think it's going to be in jeopardy. What's happening, and this has been going on since the day that Ocala Regional announced the fact that they were having a trauma center, is it's just being questioned, and now there's a lawsuit pending from Shands and also with the Monroe Regional about the legality of the trauma center. But the truth is that they're already been approved by the state, and they're up and running, been up and running for over a year. But it's just a legality issue, and the bottom line is it all comes down to money.
Well, that's a paid spot. There must be somebody afraid of it. We actually had a guest maybe a month ago who was talking about that. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Life South Community Blood Center supplies the blood for the trauma for Ocala Regional.
We're a secondary supplier. We're not the main supplier for that hospital. I just know a lot about it because my wife works there. So my wife works at Ocala Regional, and so I know they've treated over 2,000 patients in that trauma center. And to be honest with you, it's purely a political thing, and I don't.
That's
know
what it sounds
all
like. Yeah.
I don't know all the basis for the reason for stopping it. I think in this day and age, if we can get access to state-of-the-art trauma care faster, then great. That's the idea. And the fact that it is a for-profit hospital, it means they're probably going to do it a little more efficient than, a place that's a not-for-profit and is supported by the state of Florida that doesn't pay taxes.
Oh, okay. Well, no comment on that one. All right. By the way, let me do the legal ID, then we've got a fun segment with you. A segment I think you'll like.
All right.
This is WOCA, Ocala.
The source.
Thank you, Galen. I have here a list, and I don't know how familiar you are with names that were rejected, but these are rejected nicknames for professional sports teams.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And a lot of these sports teams have like these challenges where you can write in and it's let's name your team, and that this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, in fact that's the case almost in every one of these.
Yeah.
So I think the city will probably tell you who they became, but I'll just go ahead and we'll do it as kind of a fun thing. I'll make it like a game. It's the San Jose Rubber Puckies.
Rubber Puckies, you're the...
And they became the San Jose...
That was a shot at the Anaheim Ducks.
Oh.
If you remember, there was a movie about, the Ducks and a hockey team, but they became the Sharks. But, yeah, that's just a shot at the
They
Ducks.
became the Sharks. Other finalists, by the way, out of 2,300 entries, including the Puckies, were the Screaming Squids, the Salty Dogs, and the Blades.
Yeah, I know the Salty Dogs were pretty close, actually. I know they were really considering doing that.
I like that one, the Salty Dogs.
The Blades was popular, too, but it had gang implications, so they decided not to use that one.
Yeah.
Okay. The Dallas Steers.
Yeah, this is from the the Dallas Steers. This must have been way back when with the Cowboys.
Yeah,
so.
Cowboys, yeah.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Because I know the Texans, who are now called the Texans, the Houston Texans, almost became the Steers, and I just think
really
Houston Steers doesn't sound that well. So
Steers, the Texas E. Schramm. That was the
Texas E. Schramm. Yeah,
that was the manager, right? He said
he was the general manager / owner.
He didn't want Steers because a castrated mascot might subject the team to ridicule.
There you go. Yeah, especially a football team. All
right, the Vancouver Mounties was rejected.
Yeah, they became the Canucks of all things. I thought the Mounties was a kind of a cool name, but they were worried about people being arrested for impersonating a police officer.
Oh.
The Royal Canadian Mounted Police liked the idea even less than the fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is the team that became the Grizzlies, though. I think.
Oh, is it? Okay, I was thinking it was the Canucks. All right, it was a hockey. It was a basketball instead. Okay.
The Vancouver.
Oh.
When the team relocated to Memphis before the 2002-2003 season, FedEx was prepared to offer the Grizzlies millions to rename the team the Express, but the NBA rejected the proposal.
Yeah, the NBA doesn't like sponsored teams like that. So.
All right, the Arizona Phoenix. What do you think they became?
The Phoenix. I think it was the Cardinals.
No.
All right.
Diamondbacks. They became Diamondbacks. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what makes it hard because.
Oh wow, the Phoenix.
Yeah, when it's a state, it might make it harder than when it's a city.
Cardinals was my first guess. I forgot about the Diamondbacks.
The other nicknames that were possibilities.
Well, they both moved there close to the same time, so that's why it's tough. They're both been there pretty recently. Yeah.
The Coyotes, Rattlers, and Scorpions were also considered for Arizona.
Coyotes is a cool name.
Yep.
Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah, that's nice. Not a bad name. The Kansas City Mules.
Kansas City Mules?
Yeah, what did they become? Oh, they didn't. They never had that.
The
Chiefs.
Royals?
Yeah, the Chiefs. Yes.
Really?
When the team moved to Kansas City in 1963, they had been the Dallas Texans.
Right.
Owner Lamar Hunt. Don't we have a Lamar Hunt in our town?
Yeah, we do.
Considered Mules, Royals, and Stars before eventually settling on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
There you go. The Minnesota Blue Ox. I never even heard of the team they became.
Is it the Vikings?
No, I think they were the North Stars, right? Larry? Was that the North Stars?
It says here in 1998, Wild, the Minnesota
okay.
Wild was chosen.
Yeah, that's right, because the North Stars left, and then they brought the Wild back. So,
Are those hockey? Is that hockey?
yeah.
Oh.
Says here, Northern Lights was considered. So was White Bears and Voyagers.
White Bears.
The Minnesota White Bears.
I don't know why you wouldn't call them polar bears.
Yeah, really. This is kind of a funny one. The Oakland Seniors. Senors, without an
No,
accent.
seniors.
Well,
Or seniors?
but there's no little tilde thing or whatever
Oakland.
you call
Oh,
it.
are they the Raiders?
They became the Raiders, yes.
They've come and gone so many times, it's kind of funny.
Oakland professional team's first general manager, Chet Soda, sponsored a Name the Team contest in 1960. The winning nickname, which is an allusion to the old Spanish settlers of Northern California, was so loudly ridiculed in the weeks that followed that fans claimed that the contest was fixed. A sports writer for the Oakland Tribune named Scotty Sterling later became the team's manager and had a more practical objection to the name. He said, "We don't have the accent mark on the N in our headline type."
Oh, okay.
So, seniors is probably, okay, so, yeah. Okay. Here's one, the Orlando Challengers.
Oh, no, that's
They
a
were-
cool name.
Yeah, I think they were going to be the for the women's basketball team
No, it's for the Magic.
for the Magic.
Yeah.
All right.
Really?
Wow.
The Orlando...
Wow, that's crazy.
The Orlando Sentinel sponsored a Name the Team contest for the Orlando's prospective expansion franchise, the Challengers, as an homage to the space shuttle that crashed in
Yeah.
1986 to the sun.
Oh.
Anyway,
know
they might have been called the Floridians, the Juice, the Orlando Juice, the Orbits, the Astronauts, the Aquamen, or the Sentinels.
The Aquaman.
The Orlando Aquamen.
Funny.
Can imagine what their costumes look like or their team jerseys.
Yeah, really.
The Aquaman.
All right, here's one. The New York Skyliners. It's a baseball team. What did they become?
The baseball team, the Mets.
The Mets, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
1961.
Well, there you go.
61. They were also considering the name Jets.
Yeah.
How about that?
So football Jets weren't around then.
Maybe not. I don't know, Galen. What do you think?
No, they were there. They were there. They were just starting out in the AFL. They hadn't joined the NFL yet. So.
Oh.
So we're talking about rejected nicknames for professional sports. So I have a
But you got to
question.
remember, there were already, you had the New York Football Giants and the New York Baseball Giants. So it was a.
Oh.
That's what they were kind of looking at and saying, oh, okay, maybe we can capitalize on each other's popularity, kind of a thing.
So the baseball Giants disappeared?
No, they went to San Francisco.
Oh. Okay.
So the question I have about the word nickname itself. These are names, not nicknames, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're mascot names, and so you call them the nickname. Like every high school that has like the Wildcats for Force, right? That's their nickname or their mascot name.
So what is their name then? If it's
Forest
just
High School.
Oh, okay.
But the team's the Wildcats, though.
I don't know.
No, they're the Forest Wildcats.
Oh, the
All
Forest
right, here's
Wildcats.
one. The Washington Sea Dogs, and I'm not sure what they became. Did they become the Bullets or the Wizards?
They became the Bullets, and then the Bullets changed their name after it became politically correct because, D.C. does have more murders than any other town. And then they became the Wizards.
But the Wizards, the NAACP did not like Wizards because of
Correct.
the Ku Klux Klan association.
Absolutely. It's one of those silly ones. I remember covering when this change happened, and and you had the normal flock of people who just love publicity, and it's like, really, come on, come on. Maybe, and my thought was at the time is maybe this will help, further dissipate the power of the Ku Klux Klan by taking the wizard, and it's the Grand Wizard and everything. So it's silly.
It's just a shame that everything political has to seep into modern, everyday life. It's
and
really
there's a thing.
bad.
in their defense, the Bullets is probably not the best name, looking at it in hindsight. I mean, when you're looking at the town that has the highest murder rate, it's probably a good idea to stay away from that. So.
Just a side note, in the music world, and I don't know if they still do this, but when a song was climbing the chart, it used to have a red circle or a star, depending on who made the chart, and that was called a bullet. If you went up more than 6 or 7 spots in 1 week, you were 17 with a bullet, or 16 or 12 with a bullet, whatever it was, you would say with a bullet. So there was a song called 17 with a Bullet, and it was about a kid who was 17 years old with a gun.
Oh.
And the song climbed the charts because they kept saying, the DJs kept saying, this is 17 with a Bullet. So, wow, this is a good song. It's 17 with a Bullet. Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
A little funny story on how a song became a hit simply because the title implied that it already was a hit.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is very interesting.
Here's one. The Florida Flamingos.
That was going to be was that the Miami Heat?
Marlins.
Or Marlins. Yeah, I mean, they can't figure out who they want to be anymore.
So are they the Miami Marlins or the Florida Marlins? What are they?
Well, they started off, here's the thing. When they originally started, they were the Miami Marlins. And then they decided, you know what, we want to go and go over the whole state. And so they're like, no, we're going to become the Florida Marlins. And now they're back to being the Miami Marlins.
Oh, okay. But they were... The name Flamingos, I wonder if we would have liked. I think Marlins is a cooler picture, though.
Yeah, I think the Marlins and the colors that you get. I mean, let's be honest, that blue and that teal blue and that black just looks really good compared to what would you have, pink and black?
And you would confuse with the lottery. Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
That's true.
Now, the Flamingos, that's more of a girly-sounding name than a macho name.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it really is.
Right.
What are you playing today, the Flamingos?
Good morning, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Hey, Hugh.
The Marquette Warriors basketball team changed their name to the Golden Eagles back, I believe, in the late 70s at the request of an Indian tribe located in the southeast Wisconsin called the Potawatomis.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to cause any problems, so they changed their name from the Warriors to the Golden Eagles.
Huh, okay.
Well, that's happened for just a lot of
Thank you, Hugh.
teams that are affiliated with an Indian name. I mean, it happened at St. John's University, who became the Storm after being what were they, the Red? I can't remember what they were anymore. Red something. That's happened. I mean, the Washington Redskins are getting a lot of pressure about changing their name from Redskins. So that's a big issue. So
the next one is the Miami Beaches. They became the you mentioned the Miami Beaches was in 1986. They were going to call them what became the Miami Heat, the Miami Beaches.
Oh, okay.
What would you have used as a logo? Sand?
Well, you could. I don't know. They'd probably figure out something, some kind of a storm or something. I don't know.
Just an empty shirt with a sand color on it. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't think that would be the case. But I mean, the Heat? What is the Heat? Think about that. I mean, what do you got for that?
Don't they have a flame? A basketball with a flame coming off of it?
Yeah. But I mean, that's some pretty smartness. I'm sure somebody would figure out something with the
basketball with a bikini. That's the Miami Beaches.
Maybe a big wave.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, a big wave.
It would be a big wave. I mean, they would come up with something. A surf dude.
Yeah.
So.
The Atlanta Peaches. What did they become?
And and I don't know if people are aware of this. When they're creating uniforms, especially for the NBA and the NFL, they are targeting males between the ages of 16 and 30. That's who they're targeting when they create these, because they believe those are the ones who are going to buy them.
Oh, really?
So, and that's who they're targeting. So they do a lot of studies on whether or not people of that age would wear it. So, because the people who are middle-aged and big diehard fans, they're going to wear the uniform no matter what it looks like. So, just so you know.
All right, the Atlanta Peaches.
That is that the hockey team, wasn't it? The
Let me see. I think they became the Falcons.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It was all right. But there was a football team. All right.
Atlanta Peaches, a local radio station in Atlanta sponsored a contest to name the team. Suggestions included Peaches, Vibrants, Lancers, Confederates, Firebirds, and Thrashers. Several fans submitted the nickname Falcons, but a school teacher named Julia Elliott was declared the winner because, in addition to her suggestion, she wrote the Falcon because the Falcons because the Falcon is proud and dignified with great courage and fight. It never drops its prey. It is deadly and has great sporting tradition. So they said, "Yeah, we're going to use that." She fortified her suggestion with some reasoning.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Alex liked that team. You bought him one of those football helmets one year. The Atlanta Falcons, right?
Did I? Yeah, maybe I
Yeah.
did. Is that the black one?
Yeah.
The black helmet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the silver
Yeah.
and-
I wonder if he still
they're
has
black
it.
and red.
Yeah.
Let's see. Any others that might be fun to talk about? The Seattle Lumberjacks. What did they become?
The Sonics?
Let me just read. It's a one-line thing.
Seahawks?
Maybe it's the Seagulls, maybe?
Seahawks?
Seahawks.
Seahawks,
Are they
okay.
Seahawks?
Well, this is what it says. It says there were 1,700 names submitted for a Name the Team contest for Seattle's NFL franchise in 1975, including Skippers, Pioneers, Lumberjacks, and Seagulls. But I don't know what they became. The article doesn't really say. It's
Yeah, it's probably the Seahawks or the
Okay.
Sonics or the Sound, which is their soccer team.
Oh. Are states having soccer teams now?
Oh, yeah.
Professional?
Absolutely, yeah. The league is becoming more and more popular every day.
Oh.
the Boston Unicorns.
Okay.
Oh, who knows?
They became the
The Bruins?
Celtics.
Oh.
No, I was about to say, there's no way they're coming to the hockey team. Couldn't be the Unicorns.
Oh.
Personally chose Celtics over Whirlwinds, Olympians. The owner chose it. Walter Brown personally chose Celtics, which I've never understood why it's Celtics when it's basketball and Celtics when it's music. I don't understand.
Exactly.
One's a K, one's a C. I don't know.
That would explain everything, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All right. And then the last. Oh, I got two more. The Jacksonville Stingrays. That was the Jaguars.
It was the Jags. Yeah, and then they were originally the Jaguars, and they made this huge fit. Don't ever call them the Jags. And now, if you notice, their logo is going more and more to the Jags. But pretty soon they'll be in London, so who cares?
You've told me that before, and I can always tell by the way you speak that you just do not like this team.
No, I don't.
See, I can tell. I can tell by the tone of your voice.
And let me tell you why. There was a point in time when they started, and when I covered them, and I covered them for almost 5 years from their inception. They were an extremely well-run organization. They had everything they needed to be successful. And, for a lot of reasons, they got sold, and the new owner, Khan, is telling the fans everything that they want to hear, but none of it's true. So, I know from too many insiders that he is actively pursuing on how he can get out of that contract with the Gator Bowl so he can move it to London. The decisions they're making on their personnel, on the coaches they're hiring, on a lot of things they're doing internally, the decisions they're making with their marketing, they are actively trying to get out. I mean, look at the stands. I mean, they have the lowest attendance of any NFL team. That
This does not like this team.
But they don't do anything to help, right? I mean, they instead of lowering ticket prices, they raise ticket prices.
Oh, my.
There's a lot going on so that he can go to the NFL and say, hey, this town doesn't support me. And, you put a good product on the field, people are going to support you. And they're just not willing to do that. And it really bothers me because the fans of Jacksonville fought really hard for a very, very long time to get an NFL team. They built a stadium.
Yeah, right.
With the hopes of getting an NFL team because they were promised by the Colts. They were promised by the Raiders. I mean, they were promised by the Baltimore Colts and the Cleveland Browns. And so all of these things, and then they built the stadium, and then they got screwed, and then they finally got one. Great organization, great owner, and now Khan is running it into the ground. So, Yeah, I have some issues with him.
There you go. All right,
Wow.
I got one more. The Cleveland Presidents, which is weird. The President Cleveland.
Yeah, right.
That became the Cavaliers, the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, there you go.
And what kind of team are they?
Basketball.
Oh,
So what would you have if you were the presidents? I mean, there's so many to pick from. You can't put one.
yeah.
It would be some stately, probably end up being looking like Uncle Sam or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, they changed it. It's not too long ago, 1970. I mean, that doesn't sound like too long ago to me.
Yeah, I mean that's when the NBA went through when the ABA merged with the NBA. They were growing pretty good. So
It is so cold in here. Is it cold in here, Robin? It's usually hot in the studio.
it's cold everywhere, Larry. It's cold everywhere. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm indoors.
Even the granite's cold.
All right, Robin, we need a segue from rejected nicknames for professional sports to donating blood.
Well, some people consider donating blood a sport because you have all the different bloodmobiles from Life South Community Blood Center out there every day, and each bloodmobile tries to outdo the other one, which is a really, really good sport because it's for the good of everyone. So every time you see a Life South Community Blood Center bloodmobile, go donate blood, go find their on-site buildings by going to lifesouth.org, and just go in and say thank you to the staff for all of their dedication and hard work in trying to save all the lives that they possibly can.
yeah, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, that would emphasize what they are really doing. I'm not really drawing blood. I'm saving a life.
Yes.
I like that.
That's exactly right.
Gayla, where's the bloodmobile today?
Bloodmobile today is at two locations. We're at the Easy Street Walmart, but we're also at the Winn-Dixie in Bellevue. And please, if you see it and you've got 30 minutes, save somebody's life today. We are in critical need of blood, and will be for the next 10 days at least.
Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, Winn-Dixie.
Well, we got to wait for us. We'll be ready on the 7th of February.
Yep.
You've done your share.
All right. If you can't get over there, you can go next door to the Cascades. That's where Life South is located. Where would you go in Denellen, Robin?
Right next door to Sweet Bay.
Sweet babe.
And remember, you can go to lifesouth.org. Mm-hmm. And also remember that when you give blood, you're actually getting a little mini physical. You get to find out your blood pressure, your cholesterol count, and whatever else they do.
That's right.
All right, Ken, you have a great day and enjoy your stay in Ocala. You probably like the fact that you don't have to drive today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All
right, that was fun. All right, we'll take a little break. Thank you, Galen.
right, you guys are the best. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Gene Powell Pasture Mowing. Our tractor services include bush hog, disking, front end loader, box blade, and stump grinding. We also have zero-turn mowers for the smaller paddocks, aisleways, fence rows, and lawn care. Fence row spraying is also available for weed control. We are licensed and insured. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing, 352-629-2440, or online at powellgene, Gene, at yahoo.com. Gene Powell Pasture Mowing.
Alice?
George,
Yes, Alice?
Christmas is over. Time to get all the decorations down.
Yes, I know.
So you're going to stuff them in the garage and attic again in our way?
No?
No.
Yes. No.
No.
Yes.
George, what are you up to?
I'm storing all the stuff in Devon Self-Storage across from Hobby Lobby.
Better call them at 873-0777 and get extra boxes.
Gee, Alice, what would I do without you in Devon Self-Storage?
I know, George. I know.
Hey, Mom and Dad, is your college senior or recent grad home for the holidays? Then I bet we know what tops your wish list, helping them get a new job in the new year. Workforce Connection, soon to become CareerSource Citrus Levy Marion, has free job placement services they can use right now. And be sure to watch for our Hire a Grad job fair in May 2014. Good gainful employment is the gift that keeps on giving. Unwrap the possibilities today and call 1-800-434-JOBS or visit workforceconnectionfl.com.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
WOCA. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry.
All right, let's see what the price of gasoline is in Ocala right now. The average for a gallon in Ocala is $3.40 for a gallon of regular unleaded. That's unchanged since yesterday. It's down a penny since last week, and it's down a penny since last year. So we're about the same as we were last year. Right now, the best price in our community is, let's see, this was called in 6 minutes ago, down in the Villages. The Shell station in the Villages called with gas at $3.31 a gallon for regular unleaded. That's the Shell station at 3430 Wedgwood Lane in the Villages. And Circle K in Dunellen, $3.31. We'll be right back.
Hi, Carl Champley here. Join me every Saturday afternoon for DIY Live, your complete guide to getting that DIY project started and finished the right way.
And when you need the right product for that do-it-yourself project, visit the DIY Home Center outlet right here in Ocala, just 2 miles east of I-75 on Northwest 10th Street. From carpet to doors to real wood cabinets, visit the DIY Home Center outlet today and tune in to DIY Live.
That's DIY Live Saturdays right here on WOCA, The Source.
Trauma care centers save thousands of Florida lives.
But Shands UF wants to close Ocala Regional's Trauma Center.
An out-of-town hospital that receives millions in taxpayer money is suing to shut down Ocala's Trauma Center. They want to pull the plug on life-saving trauma care all over Florida. Don't let them get away with it. Trauma care increases the chance of survival in traumatic injuries by 25%. 25%.
That's right. But only 2 in 5 Floridians have the access to trauma care they need. And that's not even close to good enough.
We don't need less access to trauma care. We need more.
It's time for Shands UF to stop putting profits ahead of patients.
Stop playing political games.
Visit SaveOurTraumaCenters.org to find out how you can help keep Ocala's Trauma Center open and protect life-saving trauma care. Save more lives. Save our trauma centers. Paid for by the 60 Plus Association.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Cookies, 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 cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. That's right. The Great American Cookie Company in the Paddock Mall, Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. You might notice that I said fun and delicious more than once. That's because I can't say it enough. The next time you're at the mall, be sure and stop by or call 352-237-2557 to place your order.
Cookies, cookies,
Yum.
cookies, cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
The Great American Cookie Company.
All right, 27 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this morning to AM Ocala Live. Got some other news. These are the stories that don't fit anywhere else. That's why we squeeze them in right here. Right, Robin?
Yes.
Our first story comes out of Chicago. Kraft Foods in Chicago is warning fans of Velveeta cheese that they may have a hard time finding the Super Bowl staple in the weeks leading up to the game on February 2nd.
Really?
Given the incredible popularity of Velveeta this time of year, it is possible consumers may not be able to find their favorite product on store shelves over the next couple of weeks, is a statement issued by Kraft spokeswoman Jody Moore.
That has never happened
Our
before.
retail customers are aware of the situation, and we expect it to be a short-term issue. Yeah.
Yeah, that means everybody's going to go out and buy Velveeta
I love
now.
Velveeta.
I know, me too.
People make fun of Velveeta. Say it's not really cheese. I don't care.
It is so good.
I don't care.
Melts so wonderful.
One time I made macaroni and cheese for myself and Alex when Alex was little. Mm-hmm. And all I did was I took like a pound of noodles, elbow noodles, whatever you call them, shells, whatever. And then a whole block of Velveeta. That's all I did. And I melted it in there. It was so cheesy.
It must have been good.
Yeah, probably,
yummy.
not good for you, but
yeah, but I bet it was.
All right, next story is out of Moulton, England. Environmental authorities in England say the source of stream's sudden blood red color was identified as ink spillage. The sudden red color of the babbling brook in Malton, England, had one resident taking to Facebook to proclaim it as a sign of the apocalypse.
Oh, gee.
But the Environment Agency said no, there was some ink that spilled into the river.
The name of the city, too, Malton, England. You know, you'd think, boy, that's visions.
It's Malton.
Red rivers and wow.
Let's see. And out of Milwaukee, we'll use that as our last story. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker was selected for jury duty and has been placed on a panel to hear a personal injury lawsuit.
Really?
Walker reported to the Milwaukee County Courthouse and was advised by Circuit Judge Kevin Martins to arrive at 8:30 a.m. Tuesday for what was expected to be a 2-day trial in the matter of Carrie and Michael Natarelli and their insurance company versus Gabriel Del Toro and his insurer.
Was he late?
The governor? No, it's just that the governor's on jury duty. All right, we've got to go forward to Mike Huckabee. We'll be back.
This is the Huckabee Report for Wednesday. I'm Mike Huckabee from Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. The slippery slope just got a little steeper. That story is next.
Marcia's identity thief wasn't a stranger. It was her best friend, her roommate. She put Marcia close to $100,000 in debt, and Marcia ended up losing her home. A few years later, it almost happened again, but this time she was armed with the proactive protection of LifeLock services. She again knew the thief trying to steal her identity. It was her son's friend attempting to get a loan in Marcia's name. With LifeLock's help, Marcia was able to stop the fraudulent loan before it could damage her finances and good name. Marcia found out the hard way that no matter how careful we are, no one can stop all identity theft, and that's why I protect myself with LifeLock Ultimate. Don't think identity theft will never happen to you. Do what I did. Arm yourself with LifeLock Ultimate. Visit LifeLock.com now and enter promo code Huckabee or call and mention Huckabee for 10% off your LifeLock membership. Call 1-800-240-LOCK, 1-800-240-LOCK, 1-800-240-LOCK.
Network does not cover all transactions and scope may vary.
Social activists have been working tirelessly to loosen and redefine the definition of terms like marriage and family, even though we still don't know the ultimate effect all these new sanctioned relationships are going to have on the children. Well, a judge in Manhattan just pushed the definition of a family into uncharted territory. Judge Rita Mella agreed to allow two platonic friends, male and female, to adopt a baby together. The two traveled to Ethiopia together to get the baby, but they're not married or romantically involved. They don't even live together. The baby's time is split between their two homes. The judge ruled that since they exhibit love and respect for each other, that qualifies as a family. Frankly, it sounds more like a couple who are cordially divorced. Maybe I should just shut up before we start allowing divorced couples who still get along to adopt children too. Well, that's not the only activist court rewriting traditional marriage laws. Last month, the federal judge struck down a key part of Utah's law banning polygamy. The judge found that it infringed on the constitutional rights to sexual privacy and freedom of religion. But Monday, the Supreme Court signaled that it might be time to reel in some of our more off-the-reservation judges. The court ordered a halt to same-sex marriages in Utah, which had been ordered by a federal judge without the voters' or legislature's input. Doesn't overturn the ruling, it just puts it on hold until the Supreme Court decides what to do about it. But legal experts say it does signal that the justices aren't ready yet to declare a national constitutional right to same-sex marriage. At the very least, they aren't ready to let some renegade lower court judges rush them into it. The big push in Washington over the next week or so is going to be to extend long-term unemployment benefits. President Obama will try to depict Republicans as heartless if they don't do it. Well, that'll help obscure the much bigger question of why so many people still need to be on unemployment for year after year. It seems to me that the real problem might not be a lack of generosity with unemployment so much as bad economic policies. For evidence of that, the recession officially ended in June of 2009, nearly 5 years ago. Last week, an ice cream plant in Hagerstown, Maryland, advertised they were hiring for 36 jobs. They got over 1,600 applicants. And I doubt that's because people thought that the job came with free ice cream. Finally, here is a lesson in how not to drive. Richard Newton of Scarborough, England, caught by a police traffic camera driving down the highway at over 60 miles an hour, had his hands behind his head and his knees on the steering wheel. He says it wasn't dangerous. He was just having a stretch. Well, the judge didn't buy it. You got 12 months probation. The moral? Keep both hands on the wheel and learn to text with your knees. And this is the Huckabee Report.
Whenever we talk about cancer, we always use the same word. Someday. Someday there'll be a cure. Someday we won't lose the people we love. But when is someday? Someday is today. Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, hundreds of thousands diagnosed with blood cancer are today living a normal life. In the past 12 years, half the cancer therapies approved by the FDA were first approved for blood cancer patients, many with research supported by LLS. We are on the brink of life-changing breakthroughs. You can make these happen sooner. Call 888-HELP-LLS or visit LLS.org. Help us make cures happen. Help us reach today sooner. Call 888-HELP-LLS or visit LLS.org.
The Huckabee Report is brought to you by Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, Ocala.
Howdy, RL here to tell you about a great deal at Dairy Queen. For only $4.49, you can warm up to a hot, juicy combo of either a foot-long, quarter-pound all-beef chili dog or a tasty home-style cheeseburger, smoking hot off the char grill. Both get fries and a drink. You can add a sundae for only 99 cents. Now that's a doggone good deal at Dairy Queen, Silver Springs, where they always treat you like kings and queens.
Hi, this is Joe from